the thing that you said about Cain and Abel, that in order to escape his sense of inferiority, Abel destroys
his ideal. You bet.
I mean, I've often thought about what we call wokeness as a kind of global war on archetypes, right? It's like this, your beauty standards make me feel bad.
Yeah, absolutely.
So instead of addressing that through my own personal change, I'm going to try to basically tear the whole fabric of spiritual reality or absolute truth or something down out of the sky.
Yeah, and the ethos underneath that is something like, any axis of comparison where I'm lesser has to be demolished.
Yes.
Now, part of the reason that's so self-devouring is, well, let's say you're a young person who's not particularly attractive.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a trouble. And the beauty standard is an ideal and a judge.
Yes.
And a harsh one.
Yep.
But then you think, well, you're young, like there's an undeserved advantage. And there's a multitude of dimensions on which you're unfairly healthy compared to many people in the world. You're going to subvert the terrible standards of the judge until none of those differences remain.
Right.
Well, I think that's why you get in the communist societies a degeneration into, well, everyone's equal with nothing.
Well,
right. That's where you make people equal, is when everyone has nothing.
You know where this is really beautifully depicted is in the Screwtape Letters, C.S. Lewis's sort of letters from demons to one another. He basically makes of them a totalitarian society, describes hell as a totalitarian society. There's this wonderful moment where, you know, Screwtape is writing to Wormwood, I believe it's his nephew, so a younger demon, and he's coaching him. And at one point he says, the thing that most confounds us about the enemy, that is God, is that he really does love the little vermin. That is, this is the thing that we cannot understand.
That's by definition.
Yes,
exactly. By definition.
Right,
yeah.
And in his fatherly nature and in his definition as God. In the next letter, he says, I hope you haven't shown my letters to anybody, because of course, if I were taken to mean that there really is such a thing as love, that would be heresy, and I would be very much condemned in hell. Love is impossible. We in hell know that love is impossible because everything expands by eating up what is around it.
Right. That's the rapacious hordes of devastating mankind, motivated by nothing other than power, which was really, as far as I'm concerned, a complete confession on the part of Foucault. It's like, really, there's nothing but power, eh? Really?
Yeah.
That's what you think. That's what you think about everyone. And there's no actual dialogue between people. There's just the competition between plays for power. That's your world. You're definitely... Yeah, you might be successful, Mr. Foucault, but that just made you the biggest devil in hell. And that's a pretty weird definition of success.